What's going on, folks? Welcome to Where Does Food, the podcast about food history. I'm Elle.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, guess what? We're talking about the elite mall snacks, a prime middle school snack, and a great snack to mix with beer cheese. You know what we're talking about? We're talking about pretzels.
Guys, I knew that. We talked about that beforehand.
Damn it, Tim.
I did.
You weren't supposed to let them know that.
Shit, right.
Gosh.
Whoa,
Production.
pretzels. Well, okay, I knew we were talking about pretzels, but hey,
Yeah?
I don't know shit about dick on pretzels. I know
Honestly?
they're yeasted. I know they got some salt.
That's all you need to know.
That's
I'll provide the rest, all right? You just sit back and relax.
You got it.
Tim, do you like pretzels? Do you not like pretzels?
I fucking love pretzels.
Fantastic.
Dude, I love pretzels, man.
Do you have a preference on like the small ones you get in the bags or
Soft pretzels.
Yeah, okay.
Soft pretzels
The
are
soft
way
ones.
better. Bagged pretzels are too dry. Not that they're bad. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Those honey mustard pretzels, though.
I do. People are like on underrated. Honey mustard.
They also sell, you know how they do like the peanut butter stuffed pretzel snacks or whatever?
Oh, yes.
They
Oh,
sell
my gosh.
sunflower butter, like stuffed.
Arr?
It's so quality. I mean, just
I would try
absolute
that.
quality.
Okay.
Just
Thank you for that. I
10 out of
appreciate
10. You
that.
feel fancy as fuck because they're like $5 extra.
But
Because it's sunflower butter.
Right.
And it's like sunflower seeds are harder to cultivate than peanuts. But like,
you
whatever.
say.
Like, whatever. Totally worth it.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
on the lookout for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those peanut
Keep
butter
your
filled.
fucking eyes open.
Thank you
Sunflower
for that.
butter filled. You'll eat the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Not a problem.
So I will say, how many Auntie Anne franchises would you give pretzels out of 10
Oh my God.
if you were going to?
Do we know how many franchises they have?
No.
Okay,
Should've
fuck
looked it
it.
up.
So open scale? I
Yeah.
can just go wherever the fuck I want?
Yeah, I mean, I said just out of 10, but if you want
Oh, out of 10. No, I'm going to go higher.
Yeah, sure. Please do. There's so many.
Let's say there's...
Because they used to be in malls, so it's
Quick
like
Google. Hold on. Producers?
can you guys Google this for us? Got a look of
All
shock
right,
on their
so
face.
there are more than 1,800 locations
What
in 48 states and more than 25 countries.
International, baby.
All
All
right,
right.
so
So
out
out
of
of
1,800.
are you fucking kidding me?
All right, so out of 1,800, dude, a soft pretzel goes so fucking far with me.
Yeah.
1,700.
17. That's pretty
That's
up there.
That's so up there. I don't know if you're really going to be able to budge me. I don't know if soft pretzels are going to end up being, or pretzels in general, are going to end
Okay.
up being like a perfect food.
Okay.
Sort of like pizza. But like, dude, they're so good. They're so
so good.
quality.
I was gonna say.
Like, oh, that's my new thing, by the way. I'm calling things quality.
I like that. People call things mid, so like I like that you're like
Yeah.
call it top tier.
Fucking, I just started that right now.
I love
I
that.
don't know why it's in my brain.
Okay,
but
we're doing
dude,
it.
yeah, pretzels, quality.
Quality
1,700.
shit.
You know what? I'm going
What?
to drop it, 1,600. I just don't, I feel like I'm being too generous. Season 2, Tim, is not going to be as generous.
Okay, all right.
It's going to be rough and
Hard
tumble.
line,
So
yeah.
out of 1,800,
All right.
a hard
Fuck
16.
that. Start 1600.
Still way up there.
It's very high, but I'll
1,600.
I'll try and convince you otherwise then.
Cool.
So like the shape of pretzels, the origins of the pretzels is twisted.
Did you hear that fucking narrative?
Do I need to go?
Did you hear that fucking narrative?
Do you like the joke?
Is that Hemingway? Is Hemingway sitting across from me? Was Hemingway a woman? Hey guys, welcome to the ad section. I'm here to tell you real quick about Anchor by Spotify. You may have heard us talk about Anchor at the end of our episodes, is because Anchor is the platform we use to distribute our podcasts. It's totally free. It helps us distribute our podcasts to different platforms. That's how we're on Apple Podcasts. That's how we're on Google Podcasts, CastBox, you name it. They've helped us do that. You can record directly on the app, on the webpage, so you don't even need a super fancy setup. It's super straightforward, totally free. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started on your podcast or whatever you like to do. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the episode. Fucking, let's dive into this twisted ass pretzel history.
I'm pumped about this because again, I had no idea about pretzels either. I just knew that they were delicious, and I enjoyed sweet pretzels. I enjoyed savory pretzels.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about it. Traditionally, pretzels, as you mentioned, with a little extra ingredients, they got wheat, flour, malt, salt, baker's yeast, and water, and then a varying quantity of fat. It's usually a veggie fat, but occasionally it's going to be a lard or a butter. The first pretzels were, to your point, they were the baked, soft, squishy pretzels, like the ones that you see at like Auntie Anne's. And
Yeah, it's a bread.
Yeah, the bread, right?
It's a different type of bread.
So this is fun. They were originally called the Bacilli, which is a Latin term for little arms. which the Germans later derived the word Bretzel, which is literally, if you guys heard it, pretzel just spelled with a B.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how
So
German language works a lot of the times.
dude, it's a hard language to learn. I
It is a
tried.
hard language.
So Withers' idea that the Germans invented the pretzels.
Now our tongues are getting twisted up like pretzels.
That's it. Call it up. Wrap it up.
I could have edited that out for you, but now that I've called it back,
You have to do
in
it.
the-
It's got
an
it.
episode now.
It's got to stay in there. So people were associated with Germans because it was in the Germans Bakers Guild, like their coat of arms.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to that here in a little bit. But there's also different origin stories. So for some reason, I get the multiple origin story foods. Yes.
Can we please talk about how many associations and guilds there are
It's incredible.
in the history of food?
No. So in Germany, so we'll stick there for now. You've got south of Germany, the pretzels were made in the two main styles. So in Swabia, which was kind of an undefined region, but it's more so the west region of Germany, they do the crispy arms, the crunchy knot, the fat, dense body, and they slash the top with a knife. That's the way they do it.
Sounds like a fucking P. Diddy album.
Throw a beat over that, please. No, in the state of Bavaria, pretzels were more evenly formed and soft all over. Sorry, with arms just about as thick as their belly. All right, anyways, so before baking, though, they were dipped in lye, so that was the difference.
Oh, okay.
And that's a sodium hydroxide solution that gives them that glossy chestnut brown that you guys are familiar with, and that kind of alkali flavor that you see with those soft pretzels. A religious history of pretzels. So the pretzels made with yeast dough, those were traditionally made in Swabia. Those were more so for Palm Sunday.
Okay.
And then they also use it in celebrating of St. Martin's Day. Those were sprinkled with sugar crystals, though.
Oh, okay.
So they're the sweet ones. Yeah, very fun. And then you had the New Year. You would make these large braided pretzels. Those were bringing good luck. Those were created from a sweet milk or a yeast dough, and then scattered with almond flakes or a glazed sugar instead of being dipped in lye. So sounds delicious. And then you go to Rhineland, which is on the west side of the country, and the holes of the pretzels are filled with a yellow custard. And then they also have like breakfast. So they would have a pretzel that's accompanied with a white pork and veal sausage, and that's flecked with parsley and lemon and onions and spices and sweet mustard and a wheat beer.
What the fuck?
That's breakfast.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in Bavaria.
How did pretzels become a thing that we just dip in cheese?
Dude.
And hot mustard.
What
are we doing?
Weird. Tim, this journey is just beginning.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Fucking round it up.
So in Bavaria, where these incredible wheat beer breakfast is happening, they have the beer gardens, and they have the cheesy dip with the butter. That's kind of where all that started from.
Right.
Frankfurt, that's where the milder, creamier version comes from. And with that, you have your pretzels with a sour flat apple cider called Apfelwein.
Okay.
Very fun.
So those were baked or made with it? Is what you're saying with apple cider?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That would be interesting.
Very interesting.
A fermented dough and apple cider. That's moist and tangy.
I bet it'd be delicious.
Yeah, I bet that would be solid.
And then that fat belly, the Swabians were talking about when they're ripping it and shit.
Yeah.
So they'll use that as a pocket, and then they'll just put stuffing in that pocket. And essentially like you have pretzel buns with your burgers, right? So that idea.
That's true. We do have, burgers with pretzel buns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Germany.
Germany's doing
That's
right.
Germany. That was
My
so understandably. I mean,
goodness.
I feel like Germany kind of was like taking
if they
the cake
didn't
on
make
origin
the
stories.
pretzel, they just love the pretzel.
Exactly. It made it their own. Yeah. And regionally have different fucking dishes that beautiful. We love that. So this is where the other part of Europe comes in. A common origin story with pretzels in around 610 in Italy. According to the History of Science and Technology, a monk baked strips of dough he folded into a shape resembling a child crossing his arms in prayer. He would give these treats, which he called pretiolas, or little rewards, to children who had memorized their prayers.
What the fuck?
Okay. Around the same time, the Catholic Church played a leading role in the early history of the pretzel, okay? So in the 7th century, the church dictated stricter rules governing fasting and abstinence during Lent than it did today, right? Okay.
Right.
So the pretzels recipe was essentially the only one of the things that they could only eat and munch on during Lent.
Right.
You can't have dairy, meat, egg, so
Slim.
pretzels were the thing. And they liked it a lot because pretzels had 3 holes in them, and the 3 holes represented the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Preach.
Yeah, preach. So that's why they love that. And then the United States, though, this is kind of a fast forwarding, though, in the timeline of things. They say that the pretzels came on the Mayflower, and they use the shits to trade with the fucking Native Americans.
Okay. That's interesting.
Right. And it's like, to that point, German settlers went to Pennsylvania around 1710, and that's where that starts. And I'll kind of mention it, but Pennsylvania is like...
Germantown.
Yeah, it's Germantown.
It's real German there.
It's German there. And we will talk about that, why and what happened there. But so that's kind of the origin stories of pretzels.
Wow. That's wild.
I didn't expect any of that, to be fair.
Yeah, no, that's, my goodness. I'm still head over heels for the breakfast pretzel.
I know. No, I read that and I was like, I want to go try that. It sounds incredible.
I need that now. I need that now. Holy shit.
All right, this is another time we got to go.
My goodness.
We got to go try the meal that we're talking about.
Woof.
So this next part is going to be a little different than we normally do.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But it's going to be the same. It's just a little different. We're going down the timeline.
I hope you guys can come with us on this journey.
It's a hell of a journey.
So let's go.
All the twists and turns. So we're going through time like that Crash Bandicoot game.
Oh yeah, it's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warped. Okay. So
the warped one? Which one are we talking about? Because the new one, because Crash Bandicoot 4 is called It's About Time, which is a play on the fact that it's been over a decade and that it's literally a time traveling game. Those guys are really creative.
Both.
It's a great game. Highly recommend.
We love Crash Bandicoot
4, guys.
Let's say. Okay, so in 1185, an illustration of pretzels appeared in the Hortus Delicarum, which is considered the first encyclopedia that was written by a woman.
Oh shit! So, shout out to the women.
So I'm saying.
Shout out to the women.
But we apparently that was who wrote it. So then, fast forward in 1440, there's a picture of Saint Bartholomew surrounded by pretzels. So by this time, pretzels were considered a sign of good luck, spiritual wholeness. Again, going back to the idea of the Holy Trinity that was in the pretzels themselves. People would use them as good luck charms for New Year's, Christmas time. German kids would hang pretzels around their necks. Right.
It's really funny because in my brain I was like, oh, it's like a rabbit's foot.
It's funny you said that. In Austria, they would hide pretzels in Easter egg hunts. In Switzerland, the pretzel shape was used to signify like tying the knot. So they would have them at weddings. The wishbone tradition you would have at weddings, they would do that with pretzels.
Right. Pretzels are way better than wishbone.
I know, and you can actually eat it, right? Anyway.
And it makes sense, tying a knot.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking the food, but anyway. I was like, I could eat that. So anyways, I'm hungry.
That's your bar. It's all wedding food if I can eat it, buddy.
Right? Just saying.
It's all significant if it goes in my fucking face.
Fucking hell. So by the 16th century, it became tradition to eat pretzels on Good Friday in Germany. And then Catholics, like I said earlier, they'd officially been like, this is the food of Lent. Pretzels. Lent,
I didn't realize.
I
didn't realize Catholics were like pretzels TM.
Dude,
I didn't realize.
That's what I'm saying. Monks and Catholics, they're like, this is our shit, and it's like, okay, bread.
Catholics, the home of demons and pretzels.
You get a pretzel on your way out of the Vatican.
They exercise your demons, and you get a fucking pretzel at the end. What a 10 out of 10 experience.
Yeah.
5-star review on Google, baby. Yeah, the demon left, and the guy gave me a pretzel. It was
George
sick.
at the front desk was fucking hell. So yeah, so this part I read about it. I read about this part multiple times. So no one could give me a specific date, just kind of around the time. This is around the 1530s.
Like that you were like, no one could give
like
me
all the fucking research.
Called everyone
I
up.
called all the bitches up, and they're like, yeah, all right. So when the Ottoman Turks attempted to invade Vienna, so they were attempting to invade it by digging tunnels underneath the city walls. Yeah,
they fucking meerkats?
Cool. Yes, fuck. Like, what an idea.
As a Lion King reference.
No, okay.
Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel.
Oh.
Yeah, the 1.5. You remember that one?
No.
You don't remember Lion King 1.5?
I don't remember Lion King
with Timon and Pumbaa. It was like their story, and it was based off of the first film. So it was just like
a bunch their version of it, though, right?
Yeah. It was a bunch of just like, this happened, but we were actually doing this. And there's like a great song at the beginning of that thing with the meerkats where it's called Dig a Tunnel, and they just dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel.
I missed it.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna go watch it later.
Access our Disney Plus account and go watch it. It's great. Feel
good movie of the year. Okay.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Okay. I loved it when it came out.
All right, I'll watch it then. So yeah,
pretzels.
So yeah, they were digging through the underground tunnels over here, going through the city walls. Monks who were baking pretzels in the basement of the monastery heard them and then alerted the rest of the city, and then that ended up helping defeat the Turkish attack.
Whoa!
Right.
That's insane.
Pretzels are the shield over here. And so then that's how the Austrian emperor was like, here's a pretzel on your coat of arms. And that's where that came from.
That's awesome.
It's really fucking cool. Like, how badass. You're just like in the kitchen and you're just having time with your boys.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, oh.
Yeah, that's how kitchens work.
You're going to thwart.
Yeah.
Thwart.
It's for the boys.
So, all right. So fast forward 100 years. Around the 19th century, when the Germans were immigrating to the United States, someone out west and began to partake in a different type of gold rush. So saloons out west were selling the pretzel as a perfect pairing with beer. So that's kind of where this whole
get the narrative
bar food going. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So then in 1861...
Wait. So Germans also were the culprits behind the beer and pretzel thing?
Yeah.
They
fucking knew what they were doing.
My people.
Your people. Yeah, we love Germans, man.
This is great. It's on my birthday, and we're just talking about how great my people are at bringing the world pretzels and beer.
We are the world.
It's great.
Yeah, honestly, what a service. Because, fucking good. So, in 1861, so going back to Pennsylvania, Julius Sturgis created the first commercial pretzel bakery in Lidditch, Pennsylvania. It's been believed that this is the first factory to develop the hard pretzel.
Oh, okay.
So this is, so these are the pretzels that you see in, like, the rolled skulls that you see in the store, right? Talking about war.
The Snyders.
Talking about war. World War I fueled anti-German sentiment in the United States.
Oh, right. Makes sense.
Makes sense. I can't exactly blame anybody for that.
The first thing most people say to me when I say that, like, my last name is German, is like, ooh.
Oh, no.
Hey, your people really fucked it up back in those 2 wars, huh?
Huh? That was fun, huh?
Like, yeah, but they atoned for their sins, and they're like 90% like green energy, so maybe fucking hop off my dick, brother. Just saying.
What's up, Angela? So, as prohibition advocates use this public empathy, I can't speak tonight, to build support for the 18th Amendment, which, in case you guys didn't know, the 18th Amendment was prohibiting alcohol. That was prohibition. So because of this prohibition, German foods also became a target of that. Yeah. Unfortunately. So in 1918, the LA Times declared the pretzel was too German to be taken seriously.
Go fuck yourself.
How, like...
Wait, what establishment?
The Los Angeles Times.
I bet you fucking redacted that, didn't you, LA Times?
I'm sure they did.
You son of a bitch.
I'm sure they did. Assholes. So yeah.
Fuck you, LA Times. Fuck you.
But
too German, you son of a bitch.
Too German to be taken seriously. My gosh.
You fucking asshole.
So unbelievable. So let's fast forward to 1935, which is like 17-ish years later, to be exact. Reading, Pennsylvania Machinery Company produced the first automated pretzel maker.
Hell yeah.
So this is fucking cool because usually we were pumping out 40 pretzels a minute.
Mm.
Right? Okay. 245 is what that machine, yeah.
Well, there you go. Hard pretzels, like, for manufacturing purposes.
You got it.
Fuck yeah.
You got it. So, to your point in one of our earlier podcasts that you guys probably listened to, you're one of the first to do it. That's it.
Yeah.
You've hit the jackpot.
Pretty much.
And so, at this part, it was really interesting because, again, I had no idea. 80% of, like, the entire supply of pretzels are made in Pennsylvania.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, LA Times.
Yeah. And it's like, to your point, it's the German ancestry from those that came over and settled in Pennsylvania. But yeah, fucking
Holy
cool.
fuck.
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought that was really, really cool. Shout out to Industrial Revolution. Like, that's why we have our snacking pretzels just ready.
Well,
ready easily
let's
grab.
hold our shout outs for the Industrial Revolution. It also caused
Okay,
the
Tim,
disenfranchisement of the average American worker and the
Why
means of
did you-
production. So
We're not talking about that right now. That is a different podcast.
that is a different podcast.
It's a different podcast in which we will agree, so it won't be.
My Marxism comes
It'll
out.
be
I
fun.
just can't, I can't
It'll be
stop
fun.
it.
Did you guys hear that?
I cannot, dude. I fucking hate myself.
I think that's McCarthy at the door now.
I cannot. Oh,
So perfect
fuck.
timing.
You're right. The Industrial Revolution was fucking sick.
It was cool, but you're
No, it's great, man.
You're
It's
right.
fucking awesome. We got chips and pretzels in stores. We're living our best
we're living
lives.
our best lives, and then it's like everything else that happened. It's like fuck, but at least we got pretzels now.
Yeah, we have salt, dude. Like
Salt. So yeah,
this episode's taking us for a ride. Okay.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, we're at the end though. We're at the end of
Cool.
the twists and turns of this journey. So yeah, that
You were
was,
killing it with that today.
That was
You were just your narrative is fucking phenomenal. Fuck. I wish I like I'm looking at my ice cream notes and I'm like, fucking A, man. Like I'm not savvy. It's just information. Oh, you're over here talking about twists and turns.
it was a sentence.
Yeah. The knots of history weaving together to create pretzels. And you're like, whoa. Okay. Continue.
So yeah, how many franchises are you opening after that one?
Oh, with this.
What were you
What was
at?
that, 1600?
Yeah, you brought it down.
My heart of hearts is 1700. My heart of hearts is 1700.
Pretzels are solid.
1799.
Yes.
Pretzels are great, man. And the fact that it's so German involved, it'd be disrespectful for me not to
I
give
agree with
it
that.
almost a damn near perfect score.
I agree with that.
I will not give it a perfect score, though.
No, I don't think it's a perfect food.
I won't give it a perfect
No,
score.
but
I mean, if I'm being honest,
yeah, I hope so.
yeah. No, I'm lying to everyone all the time. If I'm being honest, I think it's I think my big ordeal is just like I don't really like the little hard pretzels that much.
Yeah.
Like they're fine.
No,
They're good with like a tuna sandwich, but like outside of that,
if I had a choice, I'm gonna choose the soft
oh,
pretzel
every day,
every time.
But I think it's also just a detriment to like America, where it's like, where it's like soft pretzels are great, but we only really get them at like Annie Ann's. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh yeah, here's a pretzel to dip some shit in. Or we'll get them like on a hamburger. We don't get fucking breakfast pretzels or anything. Like that shit's not normal here.
No.
Yeah, I've never gone to even a brunch place that's offered like a pretzel meal. Like
It's
I
like,
don't know.
The closest
So,
thing
like,
is a pretzel bun.
yeah,
Pretzel
so
bun
like
burger.
there's a lot of really awesome shit that like pretzels can be used for that I think just kind of get thrown by the wayside.
Yeah.
So newfound respect for that.
Agreed.
Also newfound respect for my German people.
Absolutely.
What's up, Germans? I'm also kind of German. We at the end of the podcast. Can I do my thing?
Do your thing, please.
All right. Let's get out of here. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, you can find us. You can find us around.
Yeah.
We're on everything. We are on Apple. We're on Spotify.
Yep.
We're on CastBox.
Hop on there.
We're on a lot of different stuff. I mean, where you find podcasts, you can find us. If you go to anchor.fm/where-does-food,
Yes.
you can also find Home Base, baby.
There it is.
That's us.
Everything.
And you
need.
can, I'm telling you, $5 a month.
$5
It's a
a
steal.
month?
It's a steal.
Wow.
$5 a month. You get ad-free episodes. You get 1 to 2 bonus episodes
that's worth it.
a month, which is insane. The output, we're incredible. Thanks.
Wow.
See you later, buddy. And I'll tell you what, we'll even do you a little solid. We'll throw you a little piece of this bonus episode in this episode here in 3, 2, 1. To come into this established thing, you're a part of the family. Cool. You come
Very
into this
part of the
established
family.
thing. You know,
They loved him.
yeah, you go, you're like, hey, no, I'll come and I'll buy part of this. I'm willing to help out with this. I don't want to go back to the lake.
No.
I'll start brewing beer. And then he ends up in control after deaths and retirements and all this stuff. And then he's just like, all right, I'm done with that fucking name. My name is Frederick Paps. Do not go by best. I will not be selling the best beer. I will be selling Paps. Best beer.
That's it. That's all. That's literally it. That's all he wrote.
Yeah. It just seems disrespectful.
Dude, I mean, he bought the company fair and square.
Oh, yeah, true. He
technically
owns it. It just seems. No, I tell you what.
Love it.
That asshole Tim he's a funny motherfucker sometimes. That was a good clip. You can follow us on Twitter, man. Follow us on Twitter, dude. At Where Does Food. I'm losing it. At Where Does Food. At Tim Wehunt. You can follow me personally. You can follow L.
At El Chapo.
L.
There's three
underscores. Chapo.
Not L3. Like, don't type in the word three.
Not the guys. Go to the description of the episode and you can just see all the ats and shit and the links and stuff like that. So, shout out to that. You can also find like the credit to music and all that stuff as well. That's why I don't say that, but credit to the music that we use. Yeah.
Take the time.
Guys, follow us, check us out, have fun, do some food stuff, add us, be kind.
Send us some recs.
What food do you want to hear? We'll do it for you.
Maybe.
All right.
We're out.